Hey guys, it's Lev. So I'm gonna do an expedition stream. Uh, Personally, I find expedition kind of boring, so I hope live streaming it will make it slightly more entertaining. Uh, I'm gonna have to thank Silent Wraith for telling me to do expedition now. Um, there's been a few changes recently with its skill and stuff, and I think it's a good time to do expedition now. And I think it's a good time for everyone to do expedition now. I'm not gonna go too into it in case it's a issue or not. But for preparation, I got a Rune of Fury 3. Could potentially get a Rune of Fury 4, but I'm not gonna try finding one. It's gonna be a little too long. I'm gonna use expand because expands work. I could use a 24-hour 10% attack enhancement, but those are pretty expensive. I'll just use 5% for now. And I could always like just scout some person in order to get War Frenzy. But yeah, alright. So I got a bunch of buffs, war buffs and stuff. I'm gonna start expedition now. Alright, so my plan is gonna be first one full cab as strong as possible to be the main damage dealer. And then I'm gonna have a support group. My Joan isn't correctly skilled, but that's fine. I'm gonna use support. I think Joan is probably the only support I have. Maybe is my Herman level? Okay, my Herman can be used as support. No, I think Caesar's a little better. My Caesar is probably actually a little better. Alright, and then let's just use another one just in case. Some Herman. Alright. Well, the main reason I want to do expedition is I kind of want to get to 70 because I heard that in order to unlock the mysterious sculpture and you have to finish 70, so I want to see how far I can go. The top player in my server has got to do 69. I mean, for various reasons, I believe expedition is significantly easier after the update. But I'll go into that after the stream is over, just in case the patches it out. But right now, like, I haven't really focused on my epic commanders very much. My Joan is still using gather talents, and I'm not gonna really respect her. If I do get too close to 70, I may be a little more serious and really rethink my second march a little more than just this is basically just a meat shield. But right now I'm far away from 70. Things are gonna get much harder, so I want to see how it is first before I attempt to use some gems or something to further increase how far I can get. Yeah, the mysterious legendary, the unfinished legendary sculptures, yeah. So in the expedition store, it looks like you can buy unfinished legendary sculptures for 2.5k expedition coins. And considering, I would say the price of an unfinished legendary sculpture is about 2k gems, because I mean that's how much you buy it for in the VIP store. I mean, it'd be really nice to start accumulating these expedition sculptures, especially if there's an opportunity like right now where expedition is easier. I'd rather get close to 70 before I talk about that, in case it gets patched out. But yeah, so the thing I'm talking about I'll show on stream right now. is the sculpture right here. This looks like a legendary sculpture, and legendary ones cost 2.5k also, so I hope it's a legendary sculpture. And I mean, if a legendary sculpture costs 2k gems, each of these is maybe like worth almost a gem. And so getting this daily is kind of nice. But alright. Lose less than 60% units. Since I need to lose less than 60% units, I'm just gonna like put all my units in there. Frederick is alright. So I'm gonna send Joan first. Since it's Fred, there's no like real AoE, so I think I can send this guy, but nah, I'm not. I'm just gonna be safe and not send him until the end. Alright. Okay, so my Minamoto is tanking, so if I'm not doing enough damage, I can just remove the Minamoto. I mean, I think, well, Expedition has been made significantly easier with this update. I'm not sure if it's intentional or not. That being said, in a few months' time, I think, definitely low spending free-to-play players might be ways to accomplish Expedition, especially if they start working on more support heroes like Joan in specific. If you maxed out Joan, that's going to help a lot with Expedition. My Joan's nowhere close to being maxed, so that's an issue. Alright, I'm not doing enough damage, so let's get some more troops in. Does this guy AoE? I don't think he AoEs. I think he does just all units march speed down or something. Oh wait, no, that's Cao Cao skill, I think. But yeah. Oh, there's a Richard. Okay, that's what's doing AoE damage. There's a Richard there. Okay, that's the problem. Okay, that's the problem. There's a Richard there. So I'll just see how it goes. But definitely I could improve on this. Could send my Joan in to actually tank. So my Minamoto is not the one tanking, and I could use Joan to pull the Frederick away from my Minamoto, so the AoE doesn't hit my Minamoto. So there's a lot of things I could improve on this, but I think I'll still finish this within the allotted time and continue on. But the main reason I'm doing Expedition is the strongest person on my server, I don't think is that much stronger than me and got to 69. So honestly, if I can get to 69 and then the strongest person on my server does have a lot more T4 though, so maybe they just went with sheer T4, but okay, definitely should have been a little more careful with how I approach this. Alright, great. What do we have here? Richards and Bodekas. Alright. Okay. Alright, let's send this guy in first. Okay, this is really nasty. Oh wait, I sent the wrong guy. Alright, new plan. I take this guy and have him run. Let's kite everyone, see if that works. Alright, this guy's taking too much damage. I'm gonna move him out of the way. Taking too much damage. Okay, I think I took too much damage. Alright. Need a better way of approaching these kind of guys rather than brute force. I think my plan is gonna be, let's move this guy a little closer. Oh, okay, drag someone. Wait, great. Perfect. Let's have this person attack him. Perfect. Okay, that works. Okay. So that's how you beat these. You just kind of like aggro them. Alright, I'm gonna work on the next one. Okay, pull 2. And a little early also. Alright, my Lohar, I really should not be fighting with Lohar. I don't think I have any kind of like damage reduction or anything on him. It's just a walking duck, sitting duck I think. So I'll just move him out of the way. I mean, I know some people are freaking out about Scipio, but at the same time, like, really, like, you guys have just started and hasn't really done much. But at the same time, I mean, like, you're fighting a war, and just being tanky isn't gonna win you the war. To win the war, you need to, like, destroy enemy units. This guy's... And, like, if you're fighting... The main problem with being tanky is, like, you're not really killing enemy units by being tanky. I mean, ultimately, like, it depends on what your goal is. Like, if your goal is to just sit there and maybe be... And just, like, kind of be the last person in the battle so you can, like, brag about it. Okay, you can use Scipio, but... Ultimately, damage and... Due to the way that the damage is done. Oh, I'm Kingdom 53. Oh, if they're worried about level 40, that's nothing. I mean, that's nothing. Like, I can tell you that leveling your commanders is really easy once you start doing the fort events. Like, we did like 200 level 3 and 4 forts, and each fort gave about like 40k XP to me. So that was 8 million XP right there. So like, I just like took my Minamoto from 46, well like 44 all straight to 49 from that. I don't think leveling 40 is that big of a deal. I mean, you'll soon see that getting that 5th star is going to take a ridiculous amount of purple stars, and that's, especially that 6th star. That 6th star is just such a big wall. I'm like stuck at the 6th star wall. But a lot of people don't really understand why I recommend purple as an epic commander to basically everyone in the game, except for the highest spenders. It's because of the 5th and the 6th star. They don't understand, like, first of all, how little they've actually invested in the commander compared to what's they need to fully maximize the commander. Likewise, okay, this is actually kind of bad because it's taking me so long. I mean, I really want to kind of like beat 70, but I don't know if I can beat 70. But yeah, as someone said, there's like a sunk cost fallacy. Basically, these people, they pull a commander and get their first 10, and they're like, oh man, I have to use this commander because I just, oh no. Okay, thank you. What, Lohar, great, okay. So they pull a commander because it's their first 10, and then they feel like they're obligated to use it. Maybe it's like they played some like gacha game or something where they got a unit, and then they feel like they have to use the unit because they got the unit. This game is structured a lot differently from that. Like, this is like, okay, did not work, but whatever. This game is structured a lot differently. Like, I mean, the first 10 sculptures you pull and get to unlock the commander is just such a big difference from what you actually will need. Alright. I think there's got to be a better way of dealing with this guy. Alright. I could rearrange my units, but at the same time, I think I have an idea of how to do this without rearranging my units. 12 seconds. 5, 4, 3. Good enough. Yeah. Yeah. So the one thing I don't like about this game is how you can permanently mess up commanders by unlocking their 2nd star. I mean, I think from what I've seen is it's like after I've done a couple of videos on the keeping your commanders level 1 before maxing out their first skill, there's been a lot more information spread about just keeping your good commanders level 1 and maxing out that skill, and I think that's great. I really want to see some more good information in there, and it's just really a weakness of the game, I feel. Alright, so my next plan is to attack this guy while using Lohar as bait. Okay, that did not work at all. Is this just like reassign targets or something? I mean, this is the first time I'm trying something like this, so. Okay, yeah, just reassigns targets, so that did not work. This isn't good. Yeah, yeah, I mean, a lot of people, they are using legendary commanders, but they have no idea how difficult and it is expensive to really use the legendary commanders. I feel like, especially as a primary commander, the epic commander is going to be significantly better. I mean, if they want to spend money and get strong at this game, I mean, I know a lot of people want to do that, and that's a perfectly fine thing they want to do. Okay, I think I actually need Lohar to tank both guys. But if they want to do that, I think there's better ways of approaching that. Like, I give a lot of advice simply because I'm a lot further ahead in the game than other players. So I know what's coming, like, I know what's coming. And I know I did something about the resource problem, and I got a lot of comments saying, no, you can just make a bunch of alts. Well, if you try making a bunch of alts, you're not going to get very much resources from them unless you actively gather, and that's just a way to gather more. And that's really time consuming. Okay. Yeah, this timer, okay. How in the world did the other guy get up to there? I know he made like a million T4, but is a million T4 really that big of a difference? I guess it is that big of a difference. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think a lot of people are new to the war game genre. They might come from like other genres, and they're used to like possibly spending a couple of bucks or something, and they don't really understand like how much people are willing to spend to get an advantage on war. Okay, I really need like everyone to like rush the last guy. I don't think I can do it though. I think I spent too much time at the beginning, wasting time. Bodeka's a great one with jump. The reason why I say Bodeka is Bodeka has a debuff, and the idea is, okay, I don't have enough time for this. Alright, next, okay, new plan. Let me get some fury. Alright. Wait, why did everything, whatever. So I think Bodeka's great because it makes, both are really great support commanders. So you're not just relying on yourself, you're really, oh wait, no, I should do this. You're really buffing up everyone around you, and then, hello, 안녕하세요. But yeah, so, I mean, alright, I think I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go a little more tanky this time. I mean, so the reason why I'm using Scipio's, okay, no, not Scipio. The reason why I'm using Caesar is I want to stack damage reduction. Because Joan has some damage reduction here, Caesar has some damage reduction here. Okay, that's actually only 14.5%. Wait, what's my Scipio like? 13%. I mean, I guess 13% is better than 4.5. Alright, and then this one, go back to, I can't use that as primary. Yeah, but I think I'm going to stack some damage reduction to see that if that works. Where's my Lohar? Oh, whoops. Oh, I know what happened. Okay, this is just my, these are my garbage marches, I think. Oh wait, my Lohar was supposed to be my garbage march. But yeah. Alright, yeah, okay. So Herman does have a debuff, so that's why I'm using Herman. Uh, and then this is just gonna be there to secure units so I can get 60% units. Alright, so my idea is I'm gonna be using Joan as a tank because I use Joan and Scipio as damage reduction. Notice I'm saying I'm using Scipio. I don't hate Scipio. I just think that in terms of war PvP, like objectives, Scipio isn't that great. But for something like I'm using Expedition is completely different. Like Expedition is just you versus an AI. You can control everything. I'm going to be using Joan Scipio as a tank. And then Expedition, Scipio I think is really good. Okay, oh wait, I use Joan. Okay, I used Joan Caesar because I forgot I was supposed to be using Scipio with Joan. But I mean, there's differences between Expedition and PvP. I don't think Expedition is a good preparation for PvP. I mean, it is a good preparation for how well you know the game. And hopefully I know the game better than enough better than the guy who's like 23 million might, so I could get past Expedition 70, but I'm not so sure about that. Sun Tzu's a little strange. Okay, so he does require. Sun Tzu is the best AoE nuker, that is true. Um, he does, but in order to really make use of an AoE nuke, you have to be strong, right? Because if you're just AoE nuking and tickling the enemy, that's not really going to do anything. So you need to be strong to use Sun Tzu. Now, if you're strong, you should be going full cav, and you're going to be more impactful as a full cav. That being said, there is like Yusei Gon, and I know some kingdoms have them. I don't, so I personally don't really talk about him much because I simply don't have access to him. He is an AoE nuker, and he is very, very, very strong. So people with Yusei Gon have different options that work just as well. Sun Tzu is a little weird because like if you're strong, you should probably use full cav. Okay, this guy's taking way too much damage. Well, I mean that's fine, I guess. Okay, that's fine. I mean it's fine if he takes damage, I guess. Alright. Yeah. So like I mean, if you're free to play or low spender, you're better off playing support. I mean, it's not a bad thing to play support. Like, I can tell you the end game of any guild, they need people of all different types, and you can. And the theory I was going with my army doctrine was more of strength and stacking support skills, and really allowing you to overcome the strength advantage that large spenders have by stacking support skills. Alright, okay, this guy took way too much damage. Way too much damage. Okay, that did not work at all. Okay, I hope I still have 60% of my units. Because, okay. So, maybe if I don't beat this, I'm going to use Scipio and Joan and see if that works better as a tank. Okay, yeah, I don't think I'm not doing enough damage. Okay, let's see if I can. No, I can't do enough damage on this guy. I want to see how close I am, though. Okay, I'm kind of close, so better execution, I can do this. Yeah, I mean, this is why I kind of don't like Expedition. It's just like, you spend 4 minutes and you find out you need to fix something. Your friend spends $500 in the game? Yeah, I mean, it sounds crazy, but like, I come from Lord's Mobile where people spend tens of thousands and they're still like relatively weak compared to other people. It's nothing. Excited for no, because so I found out today that in Kingdom 52, which is my server group, there's 2 T4 players, one who has 40 million might and the other one who's 50 million might. So T5 players. So apparently 50 million is all what you need for T5. And I'm not exactly excited to fight someone who's 50 million. I tried fighting someone who's 23 million might, and let me tell you, fighting someone who's 23 million might is not fun at all. So I really don't want to find out what it's like to fight someone who's 50 million might. I really do not want to find out how much what it's like to fight that kind of person. So no, I'm not excited for KVK. I think I still will attempt Lost Temple with my guild, but you know, like, I'm half serious when I'm saying that, hey, maybe we shouldn't open up the temple. But at the same time, I'm pretty sure that even if you choose not to open the temple, they're gonna force it open for you. I mean, but yeah, so I'm not that I mean, I thought my server group was doing good, but like, apparently there's like, in my server group in Kingdom 52, there's a 50 million light player, and I mean, there's nothing you can do about that. He has T5, 40 million is T5. I mean, it's good to know that 40 million is T5, but I mean, so right now in the Kingdom Protection, it does say that you need to beat Temple to allow KVK, but that's a little weird because in general, after like the game starts going in the first few months, guilds will have literally zero incentive to open up KVK, especially if they're the ruling guild, because like, why would you want to face people who've spent more than you and played a lot longer than you and have all sorts of advantages over you? I mean, like, these guys have gotten a lot more free stuff. Like, why not just not open up the KVK and be the ruler of your hermit kingdom? So like, although on the requirements it does say that to open KV, I feel like I've lost more units with Scipio and Joan than with Caesar. I'm pretty sure I've lost more units with Scipio Joan than with Caesar, but okay, that doesn't really make sense to me why, but whatever. Alright, oh, this is a better idea. Okay, I'll just drag these units over, so. Alright, I think another better idea would be if I fought these guys one by one, rather than 3 by 3. Okay, whatever. 1 by 1 on this guy, but okay, so there's some AoE damage, so it's a little sketch what I'm doing right now, but oh, I should get Joan out of there actually. Alright. Get this. Oh wait, no, I need this guy to take him. I should just get the AoE out of the way. Yeah, I mean, like, it really doesn't make sense to release your own protection. Like, I know some people are excited for KVK, but unless you're sure that you're the highest spending guild, KVK in general, oh, I mean, KVK is fine, I guess, but losing protection is a different story. I mean, KVK is fine, but I don't feel like, I mean, if KVK is a set defined period of time, that'd be interesting. But I don't feel like losing protection with Lost Temple doesn't really make sense because everyone will be heavily incentivized to not lose protection. Okay. Wow, I'm not doing enough damage. What's going wrong? Alright. I think what went wrong is by swapping out Scipio with Caesar, when I lost my Caesar, I started doing a lot less damage. So I think that was the thing I did wrong. So I'm doing a lot less damage because I lost my Caesar. So I mean, it's really fine that the war, like let's imagine, although the Lost Temple rewards do look good, like imagine if you had a reward that gave like you 5 months of progress. Like, it just like did an optimal gathering, it did optimal everything, optimal research and everything, you got your helps, 5 months of progress. That's like what losing production is, I guess. I mean, it might not be fair. Okay, whatever. I don't want to like focus too much on gathering. I want to really get this expedition done. Alright, so what can I do? So I need more strength. I'm gonna rank up my Caesar. I need more strength. I have like millions of XP, so I'm not worried about this at all. All my XP is from forts, so. Alright, I hate using stars, but I mean, I hate using stars, but at the same time, whatever. Oh, oh man, I remember. I wasn't supposed to be doing that. Okay, I was gonna. Okay, all right. I made a mistake. I wasn't supposed to be doing that. I was trying to max out my second seizure skill. Whatever. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna definitely need this. I mean, normally I would grab this and this, but since I'm doing this as a expedition only, I'm not gonna be doing that. Skill damage. I need this skill. Alright. I'll do 3 more levels on Caesar then. Alright. I'll try this. See if this is better. Yeah. So, I mean, I think it was really interesting. They have they have it so in order to remove protection, you have to beat Lost Temple. But I don't think that's really a realistic game design. Well, in terms of keeping spenders entertained, because generally, losing protection is when the kingdom falls apart. But that's something that other people have to worry about in a while. Alright, so I feel like damage reduction is a little better here, so I'm gonna do that. Is Lohar really gonna be doing anything for me? Well, I mean, he has talent, so okay. Lohar has talent, so I mean, he's at least gonna do something. Forts. Oh, so basically, there's this fort event. Wait, I did something wrong. So basically, there's this fort event, and then, I did like hundreds of forts. Like I literally did hundreds of forts, and that's how I got all my XP basically. Lords Mobile Heavy Spenders. Um, so every war game. Well, first of all, the main thing about Lords Mobile is there's a big Chinese population, and let me tell you something. Chinese people are the largest spenders in war games by far. Oops, messed up that. So I think, also, I think humans that have this like belief. It's easier to justify spend. Wait, what am I doing? It's easier to justify spending when someone spends more than you. So they see the Chinese spending a lot, and then they feel like they're obligated to spend a lot. And it kind of creeps up over and over. I think also IGG, the developers that run Lords Mobile, is very, very good at incentivizing spending on all levels. I think, I remember in Lords Mobile when I played, they have a bunch of rotating packs, and it was always exciting to open up the shop each day and see what packs there were, and like make decisions about packs. That was really exciting. I mean, certainly looking back, it was a lot of spending. Like in this game, like when I open up the shop, like I buy my daily Cao Cao packs and then maybe Living Legend $5, but that's about it. Alright, this Caesar I think is doing a lot better. He has talents, so that's a big difference. I mean, we'll see. I think I was at like 70k units with Joan afterwards. Joan does have more units, I think, because she's higher level. I have my Joan at level 30. My Caesar, I think I leveled him to 23, so it's a little different, but yeah. But yeah, once you guys start doing forts, you'll get a lot of XP. Specifically level 2 plus forts, because starting at level 2 forts, there's XP packs, which is great. Well, not XP packs, sorry. Level 2 resource packs, which is really, really nice. And also I have like 50 million RSS in fort resources, most of which I farmed within 48 hours. Okay, this Julius Caesar tank is working really well. Um, so the main difference was Caesar has talents now that are war talents, while Joan was all just okay. Great. Caesar has war talents now, while Joan before was all just what did I say? Gatherer talents. How much money? I've spent almost 2k. So Cao Cao, I mean, if you plan on spending over a couple thousand on a game, I think Cao Cao is really good. But on the other hand, you can get most of Cao Cao's benefits from using Minamoto, and Minamoto costs significantly less than Cao Cao. So, like, I don't recommend Cao Cao for most players. I mean, I think it could be fun to use him or fun to build him, and the the daily packs aren't that bad. I feel. Oh wait, I was not supposed to be aggroing that guy. Okay, whatever. I mean, I don't know if I have enough time to finish this anyways. If I don't, I'm kind of disappointed, but I mean, it was a gamble. Alright, I need to think of other ways to really increase my power. Okay, so I was really hoping I could get much farther than this, but I mean, I guess this is fine. But the reason why I'm doing Expedition now is, there might be a bug where, Expedition, before you require, all the enemies had like level 5 skills, and now all the enemies seem to have level 1 skills. So that's the reason why I'm doing Expedition right now. Yeah. I tracked my bank account basically. Alright, wait, I've already wasted like a couple seconds. Okay, what I need to do, since I was like a few seconds away, I need to just move as fast as possible. Alright, let's go. Caesar attack. Minamoto attack. I feel like well, I mean, personally, I'm a very, very active player. I'm number 2 in my kingdom for gathering. So some people might compare it to me, and then they might figure they spent a lot extra than I did. But I mean, I'm very active. I do a lot of gathering. I farm a lot, so. Uh, I mean, I know a lot of people don't really have a good idea of how much they spend. Personally, I always like keep track simply because it's always surprising how much you spend. Like, I mean, you don't really notice it, but like, if you start buying $50 packs, $100 packs, it really starts adding up. Like, even if, and, and I feel like kind of sometimes the limited packs get you. Like, there's this one limited pack, which is the healing one. I don't think the healing one is that great. We'll probably skip it in the future. But it's always like, it's not that bad, so whenever I get that triggered, the healing pack, I felt like I had to buy it. And those healing packs can get pretty expensive. I said about almost 2k. Not yet 2k, but... Okay, I think I need to start moving Caesar right now. Alright. Okay, I mean, Expedition is very different from real battle, I feel. But I mean, whatever. Nothing's perfect. Okay, yeah, Expedition is very, very different from real battle. Oh, I can just drag an attack like that? Oh, that's much easier. Oh, okay. This is much easier. Should I get into that AoE? I mean, it's gonna hurt, but whatever. You just started 370k power, and sanctums have just become active. I mean, I don't know how much you spent, but generally, I have a guide on like which packs to buy, and in there I highlight the Minamoto packs, as well as the King's Coronation packs. Um, Generally, if you buy the castle level packs and King's Coronation packs, you should be able to get T4 with that. Uh, what I also did before I got T4 was I made sure I maxed mathematics and um, all the construction speed and research speed. I thought that was very worth it. Alright, so I need to pay attention to how much shapes Caesar has, because I want Caesar to tank simply because he has some damage reduction, but I can't let Caesar die. Alright, time for Caesar to leave. I hope I'm doing better than last time. Yeah, as free to play, you should focus on Pelagius. Or, I mean, no, you should focus on Joan or Bodeca, because those are really good support characters. And as free to play, you really need strength in numbers to overcome the spending and power gap. Pelagius is a strong standalone. I'm using MEMU. I don't know if it's the best, but I don't know. I have MEMU installed, so I just use it. MEMU is also kind of nice for running ults, so. Alright. 6, 5. Come on, Salso. Come on, Salso. Oh. No. That was so close. Okay. Man, this sucks. It sucks how I'm like just so close and I'm not doing it. And I'm sure I can't beat level 70, so I feel like I did waste a lot of gems, but okay. So, what I can do better. Is Caesar have my best troops? Yes, he has my best troops. What can I do? I could level Caesar more. Bodeca the best sub-commander with Caesar. One thing I can try is Lohar Caesar. Disturbance change? Wait, I gotta see this. If disturbance change, that changes a lot. No, disturbance is still the same. You have to level disturbance to level 50. Sorry, level 5. Disturbance is still the same. Tomoe? I don't like Tomoe at all. Tomoe is just terrible. I mean, if you want someone Lancelot's not that bad, but honestly, Tomoe is just terrible. She has no place in PvP. Her active is terrible. I mean, a lot of people look at it like, oh, 30%, that's a lot. No, 30% is not a lot. Nukes are so much better. And Tomoe, since she doesn't have a nuke and she has some terrible active, she tricks a lot of people into thinking she's just acceptable, but no, she has no place in PvP. If you see Tomoe on top of a flag, you have my permission to run away and not reinforce that flag. I'm using MEMU. Android emulator. Alright, so what was our plan? Oh yeah. Let me see. Lohar. How's my Lohar's talents? So I could get the additional star for Lohar. He doesn't have this skill. He doesn't have this skill. He doesn't have this skill. So that's a Cav stuff skill. Okay, so I don't think switching to Lohar is going to do me any good. Alright. 121? I mean, I forgot where it was when Sanctums were open. I think most of all, it really depends on what alliance you're in. I mean, definitely try to keep on joining the strongest alliance. Lohar is not going to do me any good. Joan is going to be doing me a lot more good than Lohar. I was close. I just need to be... need to hit harder, hit faster, basically. Okay, so... I was using Herman before, but might sound like... No, Scipio is not very well leveled. So I use this guy, and I think my Cao might be leveled. Alright, Cao at least level, but this does not do much. At least Cao is more leveled than other stuff. There's no way Cao and Pelagius. Alright, let me check my tier list. So I have a max Pelagius worth 57.5 weight. Chao's first skill worth 53 weight. Oh no. Okay, one thing you forgot if you're asking about Cao is you forgot about talents. It's much more difficult to level up Cao to level 60 than Pelagius. So you gotta really consider that when choosing between Cao and Pelagius. Like, sure, the skills, and I do tier lists, and I do demonstrate that skills are different, and Cao does overcome Pelagius a lot. But if you're a low spender, getting the 150 Starlight for 5th star is already a problem. Getting the 410 Starlight for the 6th star is even a larger problem. So, I mean, I would not recommend using Cao if you're doing it halfway through. But yes, technically speaking, I think on paper 5111 Cao might be better than a max Pelagius. However, the point of using Pelagius is also to take advantage of the fact you're using an epic commander rather than a different kind. I'm in Kingdom 53. Yeah, you can't. I'm in Kingdom 53, and right now I think it's becoming a little more bit of a stalemate. Like, our alliance doesn't have the strongest spenders, and we can't really do much about the strongest spenders. I think they can't do much about us simply because we have larger overall strength, so we can zero all their other members except for the strongest spenders. So it's kind of a bit of a stalemate because overall they're kind of peaceful people. We're kind of we're not that peaceful, but at the same time, we kind of have a lot of things we need to protect. At this point, a lot of family, so we're content to kind of like let this keep on living in this stalemate, I guess. You should go if you have to ask question. No, you should. Mina max at 5 stars. I mean, it really depends on your spending. Like, if you're someone, oh yeah, IRF, the Indonesian guild. If you're someone who's willing to spend a couple thousand in the game, Sao will be better overall. I mean, if you're wondering just like whether or not you should or not, I mean, you can buy daily packs. I mean, even if you don't need the Sao, okay, they're kind of, but yeah. Okay. I mean, you don't need to move your Chal past level 30. Like, you really don't need to move your Chal past level 30. 30 is great for Chal. Oh wow, Lohar just lost a ton of units. I don't even know I have 60% units from that. Oh, okay, so Lohar is the primary target or something? Oh, okay, so I messed this one up. Oh man, this just sucks. Like, I know I can beat this, and beating this would give me like a lot of gems worth of stuff a day, basically. So I feel obligated to really grind this out. Hey Marco, nice to see you here. Alright, I don't think I can beat this guy. I was so close. I was just literally 2 seconds away from beating it last time. I mean, I could level Caesar some more. I could buy Hannibal. Like, Hannibal is just the solution to it. I could just buy Hannibal and I'm sure I would do really well. Hannibal is the solution. Oh, wait, whoops. Okay, but I think this was definitely a few seconds faster. Dragon, okay. So, I mean, certainly you can't do this outside of a computer that well, I'm sure. But I have a computer, I'm going to use every advantage so I can do this. You should main your Pelagius, and secondary Cao Cao. But I don't know why would you want to use Cao Cao. You, like, Minamoto is going to be a lot cheaper than Cao Cao. I mean, certainly if you're true free to play and you don't really want to buy any Minamoto VIP packs, you can eventually get Cao Cao up. I think it'll just take forever, like legitimately forever. But I don't really understand why you want to use Cao Cao. Keep in mind, like, Minamoto is just a much cheaper version of Cao Cao. I mean, sure, Minamoto packs cost $200, but like if you're complaining about not being able to get the 4th star in Cao Cao, like I think you should really evaluate your spending in a little more realistic way. And you definitely want an epic as your main if you have to ask the question. Like a legendary main is going to be a lot more expensive. I'm not a fan of rares at all. If you're pure free to play, I mean, so one thing you can do is, I know your primary civ, if you didn't choose Spain, is going to be a different hero, and you probably have a lot of statues for that hero. So you can pair your Pelagius with that hero for your primary hero you get from your civ. If you're Spain and you have Pelagius and that's why you're using Pelagius, a lot of statue for him, that's great. I think your Cao Cao is just fine. I mean, I don't think you should worry too much about unlocking his later skills. I mean, the 5th skill just by itself, level 1, is probably not going to do very much. Yeah, I mean, although people, I really wonder about free to play T2 Cav. Like, although I kind of like was wondering whether or not it's viable or not, it's also not viable to fight people who have T5 Cav full stack, who are just gonna bed and like maybe send a lot of deads every time you try going outside. So, I think T2 Cav might be more viable than I expected in the first place. I'm not sure though. Full cav is expensive. Yes, full cav is expensive. However, full cav is expensive. I do say that. Especially full T4 cav. Minamoto talents, I'm using, you can see them in other videos, but I'm using Cavalry Commander, Disturbance, and Medical Fort right now. I say talents in terms of the major talents, because those are the only ones you really should be concerning yourself with. Oh, 48 seconds. Alright, 48 seconds, but I lost my Caesar. Oh wait, no, this is not enough time, I think. Oh wait, this is nowhere near enough time. Okay, we can try. You know what, I'll stick the consonants in there too. Yeah, I mean, I've been really thinking about ways to counter. Oh, wait, Caesar's almost dead. Think about ways to counter full cav on the enemy side, because a lot of the big spenders are now like congregating the full cav. Okay, no, I'm not gonna beat this guy. This is really terrible. I was so close that one time to beating him. I was so close. I was literally 2 seconds away. I don't know why. No, there's no King's Coronation maxes out at $100. Alright. Alright. So I was so close, but I really just want to beat this, but I heard the next level is, wait, let me check something. Okay, these are still level 1 skills. Alright, so is the problem, no, I have to use Minamoto Cao Cao like this. I have to use this. So there's nothing else I can do about that. I think Scipio was fine. Oh wait. Wait, would Fred be better? No, that's level 1. That's not very much. Would Hannibal be better? Yeah, I think Hannibal would be good. I think Hannibal would be better than this guy. I'll try that. How about that? 150 for 5-star. Wheel of Fortune. So I plan on doing. So the first 10 is. Oh man, I was too slow. So for Wheel of Fortune, the first 10 boxes is good deal. After that, it's not a good deal. But as for what you should do, I think you should do the 2 spins a day, one free and 150% off. I hope it resets so you get 2 a day. And on the last day, so 6 spins in, you do the 4 more you need to do to get the 10, get the legendary sculptures. And this is only if you're building a legendary hero. If you're not building a legendary hero, skip the Wheel of Fortune, just do your free spin. But it's only like you really want to only do 2 spins a day max, and then finish the 10 up to 10 on the last day, the 3rd day. Okay, actually I think the Hannibal is gonna make a difference. 10 spins? Alright, if you've done 10 spins, just stop. Well, I mean, I'm not saying it's bad that you did 10 spins, but like, additional spend is not worth it. 5 sculptures and spins. I think you got, I mean, that's great, you got 5 sculptures from spins. It's really nice, I mean, but, like, I have, like, no gems all the time. And, like, so, I really am trying to conserve my gems. Because, well, mainly because I really want to spend the gems on the Warhol. I just like having rally capacity. It's always nice having rally capacity. I'm, like, one of the stronger members in my guild. I think there is one person stronger than me, but due to his work he can't always be on, so in general they call on me a lot more, so I like having the rally capacity. Alright, now the difference is I'm going to be having Hannibal in there, and Hannibal has, even at level 1, but especially at level 5, a very strong debuff. So I don't know why I didn't think of this beforehand, but I think Hannibal will make a big difference in this fight this time. I mean, this is probably going to be a terrible stream to rewatch, so I don't think I'm going to actually upload this later on. So I was just going to stream while chilling. I don't think I'm actually going to upload this stream. So sculpture for 350, I mean, definitely sculpture for 350 is worth it because sculptures are priced 2,000. But I think you just got lucky with the 5 sculptures from 10 spins. I mean, I don't know what the drop rate is, obviously, but I just think you got lucky. I'm not saying that it's bad that you got lucky, but I think it's really good that you got lucky, but I don't think other people should expect that. In addition, to get more sculptures, you need to do 40 spins, and 40 spins is what? 200k gems or something? Wait, how much is 40 spins? Yeah, 40 more spins, or is 200k gems or something? Or is it, no, it's 700 gems a spin, and for 40 spins. Okay, no, wait, what? So 28k gems, alright, no. But 28k gems, I mean, that's like 2 levels of battle hull for me right now. Oh yeah, the Hannibal really made the difference. Okay. The Hannibal really made the difference. Okay, that was great. The Hannibal really made a difference. Alright. Here, I'll just do a quick math with the spins. So, let's just assume each spin is equally likely, which is not a good assumption. Okay, but because generally in these kinds of things, the good result is much harder to get than the bad results. But let's just assume they're equally likely. So the only things I'm going to care about, well, I mean, 3-hour speeds aren't going to be worth that much. Whatever. I mean, let's just say the speeds are going to be worth 750 gems. So you can get either 3 sculptures or 1 sculptures, plus 8,000 for that. Up to 3 starlight. Each starlight's worth 500, so 1,500. And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12. Okay, never mind. I guess it might be worth it. Because I have, like, on average, one spend worth 700 gems if you assume each sculpture is worth 2k gems and each starlight's worth 500. At the same time, I don't know if I'd actually buy sculptures for 2k gems, though. Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking about it, like, if we assume each of these things is equal probability, if you buy sculptures for 2k gems and we assume each of these is equal probability, it's worth 750 per spin gems. So I mean, it is, I think, possible that you do profit off of it in terms of gems. But I mean, that's just comparison to the VIP store. I don't know if, even if I had the gems, if I would buy mysterious sculptures for 2k gems a piece. I mean, that's what it is in the VIP store, but I don't know if I would do that. But, like, I mean, 10 for 5, that's great. You need 30 more and you only get 8, so I think the 10 is perfectly reasonable. But, I mean, if you're someone who is VIP 13 and has completely bought out all of these legendary commander sculptures and still want more, maybe. But currently there isn't a good way to, like, buy a bunch of gems, I think. Alright, let's see what's in the next expedition. I think it's Richard or something. Ooh, you say go. Ooh, okay. Alright. So, the last plan involving Caesar Joan, I think is good. Then Lohar, not that guy. Lohar, Hannibal was great. And this. Rule for big alliances not to kill each other. I mean, I don't know. One, I think, I don't know. I mean, people have different goals in the game. At the same time, it's like, I don't know. People have different goals for the game. If he wants to make a rule for big alliances not to kill each other, that's kind of cool. Only the end game is either. So the thing I don't like about this game is, alliance fights are very destructive. Like, if 2 alliances fight, it's very likely that one alliance is going to disband. Another mail or Facebook, you're going to have to ask Lilith about that, but I don't think it's likely. KVK is not implemented in this game yet. I mean, I think there's discussions about. I really don't understand how it would work. I can understand how migration would work, but I don't understand how KVK would work. I think it'd be really cool if there's a way to fight without necessarily like being destructive to alliance territory. Like, one of the problems right now in the game is, like, when 2 alliances fight, right? Like, one alliance can lose all its territory, and then everyone gets zeroed, and the alliance disbands. So it's like, it's very destructive. Like, it's not just like, oh yeah, some people ported near our hive, and maybe some guys got zeroed. Okay, but the alliance generally lives on that. In this one, each alliance has some territory, and in this game, like, each alliance is systematically destroyed in order to access that territory. So I think it would be interesting if there was someone in KVK that could, like, make it a little less costly to fight. I mean, certainly, I'm sure Lilith will make it so people will be getting zeroed during KVK, but I hope they make some way so each alliance doesn't disband after each KVK or something, and, like, one kingdom doesn't become an empty shell. Because, like, really there's no reason for people to join older kingdoms. Wait, whoops, I'm not supposed to be doing that. Yeah, I mean, in the end, like, The weird thing is, Lost Temple is so hard. That's the problem. I think, I think it's interesting that Lost Temple is hard, but really what that does is it really incentivizes everyone to ally in the end. Like, I think that's a problem, that everyone allies in the end. I mean, at the same time, considering how destructive the game is to alliances, it's kind of nice that in the end of the game, you know that you can work together with your enemies, and you need to work together with your enemies. But okay, this is not good. Do I have enough units? Okay, so one thing I could have done better is I could have directed Yisei going away from me, like right now. I mean, if you look at Kingdom 1, it has like some like everyone like you're not allowed to attack ever except for out during like kill events. I'm not sure. I mean, like I certainly understand in like Kingdom 1 it looks like there's only like a few main alliances, and so I guess they're all allied with each other, but like I guess that's just how the end game of the game is going to be. Okay, this okay. So for this one, I definitely need to reorientate myself better. Wait, so why am I doing? Okay, I only have 48k troops left. Okay. Yeah, so I don't really understand. I mean, it's just something because I'm not there yet. I understand that Lost Temple is a very large undertaking. So, like, maybe I don't understand just how much these alliances cooperate to try to take down Lost Temple. I mean, I think that's a reasonable thing I don't understand. But I mean, I think a lot of people when they look at it, they're like, why is this thing all like pieced out? But I mean, it does make sense if Lost Temple is such a large undertaking that everything is pieced out. Alright, I directed some away. I think Lohar I can direct to move a different direction or something. Okay, no, Lohar needs to take whatever. I don't know if I did this well. I heard they're in another kingdom that they're all allied, and for kill event they have like this special arena that everyone goes and fights. And the guy was talking about how like damage reduction is the kingdom thinks that damage reduction is the best because in this special arena where everyone goes and fights, damage reduction is the best. Because damage reduction people stay there and can take multiple hits. I think yeah, that's probably true. If your kingdom is such that you basically just stand in one place and fight each other. Yes, Scipio is really good at standing in one place and fighting each other. But the guys that were making were more concerned with war, where you don't stand in one place and fight each other. You fight flags, you rally, lots of different things. So, alright, so okay, so I'm trying to kite these Issei guns around, but I think I aggro too many people right now. I hope I separated them out correctly. I'm using MEMU. Yeah. No, I understand the whole entire too scared to declare war. I'm too scared to declare war in my kingdom. Oh wait, no, Lohar's almost dead. I mean, there's some wars we want to fight in my kingdom, but I'm just a little too scared to fight them. Okay, great. We had this one guy in my kingdom who literally did not care about dead troops at all. He would lose thousands and thousands of T4 zeroing our members. I think he ended up losing like 700k T4 just zeroing our members. I mean, it's just like in this game losing troops is so expensive, and he just like powered through all of that. No, I need to kill that. I have a lot of guides about best things for PvE, so I think the most recent guide I tried to do was try to be a very comprehensive answer. It's called the Choosing Your Commanders for to Win guide. I think that is my hope. I did a good comprehensive answer in that guide. Oh wait, am I close? Oh, so close to beating this. I mean, it sucks. I'm just so close. I wish I had like a couple extra seconds. Come on. Oh, so close to beating that again. Man, this is why I hate... Oh, I forgot Fury. Alright. Let's get some Fury on. Yeah, this is why I hate Expedition. I'm just always so close. I know I can beat it, and it's worth a lot to me if I can beat it. Because that's like a lot of extra days of just, you know, a lot of rewards, so... I really want to beat this. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm gonna have to negotiate a peace with everyone as soon as Pass 3 opens. There might be some room for war. I really need I might need to discuss with like an enemy guild if it's alright for us to go to war. Because there might be one final war before Pass 3 opens, and I kind of do want to fight. I mean, it's gonna be really boring after Pass 3 opens, I feel, but... Okay, this guy just doesn't matter, so okay, so this is fine. Wait, I'll go to the third guy. Okay, that's not good. If you're wondering what's the best commander for PvP, I have a lot of guides on it. I think I need 60% of units to survive. So Constance is there to pad my unit count so I can try to get 60% of my units to survive. That is the reason why I do not send Constance to fight. That didn't work. So I really try to think of like what videos I should make that aren't commander based. I feel like I mean commander based videos are certainly popular. I've gotten most of my views from commander based videos, but I'm kind of tired of talking about commanders, and I feel like I've provided enough information about commanders. So I think one thing I want to talk about is more about general progression, but like general progression is really just gather a lot. Please gather a lot or something like that. Okay, so I didn't aggro that guy, so I actually don't know if I want to hit. Alright, I aggroed that guy. Okay, no, this is not working. For 5 stars in a legendary, it's 150 starlight. Yes, 150 starlight's a lot. But for 6 stars, 410. One thing we're actually thinking about is whether or not I actually want to get the 6 star on my Minamoto. Because I wonder if by the time I get 410 starlight, I would have a Cao Cao instead. Okay, it's so hard to... Okay, I know what the problem is. I need to stop my Lohar. My Lohar is dragging me too close. No, I'm not going to push for T5. T5 is out of my budget range. T5 is way out of my budget range. I think it's good in this game that T5 is out of the budget range of almost all players. One problem with Lords Mobile was T4 was around 2k dollars, which is a problem because 2k is actually attainable by most people. So T4 became a requirement. In this game, T4 can be quickly gotten even by free-to-play players. So I don't think it's that big of an issue. T5, if T5 becomes required, it's going to be an issue, I feel. Minamoto? Minamoto requires you to spend money. It's the first recharge bonus. There's no other way. Minamoto is pure spending money. Alright. No, this is not what I want. No, stop. This is so... Okay. Microwave this is so hard. I can't believe people are still watching me try and fail microwave this. Alright, so what I'm gonna do... Oh, I don't even have Fury anymore. Alright. Oh, I'm at max energy. So I should find... Okay, so I've been really, like, efficient about my energy in this. So I should really start doing this again. Anyways, so... Let me do this while I still have... So this would be my full cavalry march. Whoops. Did I receive... Okay. No, this is not what I want to do. I used to play Lord's Mobile. I used to play Lord's Mobile. I did a lot of work on Lord's Mobile, a lot of research. There's a Lord's Mobile Discord I frequent. So if you're interested, if you need Lord's Mobile help, there's a Lord's Mobile. I do not think it's worth to upgrade T2 to T3. I do not like T3 troops at all. T3 troops take too much time, and time is the biggest cost factor for troops. I am a big fan of T4 troops, big fan of T2 troops, not T3. I have a lot of videos on what heroes free-to-play player should focus. The most recent one, I think I try to be very comprehensive and detailed. It's the Commanders to Win Wars or something. But yeah, anyways. So, I'm trying to save as much energy as I can for this Odell event. I know there's ways to quickly do this, but I'm trying to just like save energy. Salcho's the one I have with the energy reduction simply because he's my secondary, so I don't really care too much about him. Lord's Mobile, no. You have not seen maxed account. Lord's Mobile was much more than 300k to max out. So there's this set called Champion Set. Used to cost, I think, maybe 70k. Now it's close to like, okay, it's still 70k because they doubled the price. People have multiple sets of Champion Sets. I've seen people with like 5 sets of Champion Sets. There's all sorts of gear. They have commanders that cost 11k dollars, and you can use up to 3 11k heroes. Lord's Mobile is just crazy with their costs. I mean, it's ridiculous how much everything costs in Lord's Mobile. How long do I have on these buffs? So I've been here for over an hour, just trying expedition. Man. Troop training. Okay, the way to win Mightiest Governor is to spend a lot of money. The devs in Lord's Mobile are very good at making money. I can tell you that. Like, Greedy is Game of War. Game of War just destroyed their game. Lord's Mobile is still going strong, but Game of War is when they got really greedy and just destroyed their game. Yeah, I agree. I think Clash of Clans is at least pay to win. Pay to win because Clash of Clans you're at least matched with people around your might level. You don't like if you're Town Hall 9, you don't fight Town Hall 12 or 13 or whatever Town Hall they're at. I mean, I think you sometimes can, but at the same time, it's not that big a deal. You lose some production. It's not that bad. Alright. I'm gonna buy this. Yeah, Game of War just destroyed the game. I mean, so the difference between Lord's Mobile and Game of War. Okay, so the reason why I was thinking of doing a comparison between Lord's Mobile and Game of War recently. Mainly because Lord's Mobile is by far better than any other previous war game, that standard war game. This is because the approach that Lord's Mobile takes. Lord's Mobile takes oh, there's a preview button. I should have used that before. Lord's Mobile, what it does is so in Game of War, basically they started with off of like maybe 3 or 4 tiers or something, 4 or 5 tiers, and then they kept on making more tiers, and more castle level halls. And I think they're over castle level 1,000 right now. They just keep on making more and more castle levels, and then like if you don't spend, you're basically completely obsolete. I honestly don't know why people play Game of War, because it's not like they've really invested anything in Game of War, because like anything you buy now is going to be completely useless within like a month or two. but they just keep on making more and more castle levels. Lords Mobile is different. So Game War I'd call vertical progression. Uh, no, this game is too pay to win to be as good as classic plans. Um, so horizontal progressions, which is like basically instead of like making more and more tiers, what Lords Mobile does is uh, they keep the tiers the same, maybe make packs slightly better, but not like too much better. And what they do is they what Lords Mobile does is they basically make new research trees, new items. Like they made familiars, which I think was a great update, which was like an entirely new way to interact with the game. I mean, it's not like too innovative, so I wouldn't say like it's like game changing, but like it's just like horizontal. Like it's like, oh, here's an upgrade that is good if you grab it, not necessarily if you don't grab it. I mean, certainly the strongest players in the game will have to grab every single upgrade, but in Lords Mobile, not everyone's the strongest player in the game. I think another good thing about Lords Mobile is it's very complex because troop counters matter a huge amount. So troop composition and deciding your optimal troop composition for war is really important and really interesting. But unlike Clash of Clans, I think there's a big problem with this game. The main problem is first of all, it requires people to be way too active to play this game. Way too active. Okay. I don't like how I'm aggroing this third guy every time, but I'll just try and see what happens. Because this third guy is just an Yilji. Like, Yilji does nothing. I'm worried about the Yusengong. Okay. So, this game requires people to be too active. I mean, there needs to be some better way of farming resources. Like, they need to make production much better. They need to make it so, like, people can log in, like, twice a day. And maybe they're not going to progress anywhere near as fast. But right now, if you log in twice a day, you're going to get nowhere because you don't get any resources at all. Okay, you might get 500k, but not much more. Yeah, and Lords Mobile is a lot more interesting because endgame revolves around rallies. Rallies and troop composition, so there's a lot of strategy involved in the rallies and troop composition, while this one is far more solo based. Lords Mobile also, it's a lot easier to zero someone. In this game, it costs a lot to zero someone. I think this game has the potential to attract a large amount of low to mid spenders of other games, and even the high spenders too. I think what is the greatest question in this game is what happens when the Chinese come in. I mean, I know some people have Chinese in their kingdom. They think they have Chinese in the kingdom, but what they have is Hong Kongers. I'm not saying Hong Kongers aren't Chinese. What I'm saying is that people will soon find out that the Chinese spend a lot on the game. What they think might be low spending is what you think is high spending. Do more research to produce RSS in your city. Alright, if you max out all the research in your city, you might make 1 mil a day of each resources. You know, 1 mil a day, how long that would take you to get from like castle level 23 to 24. You would be here for like a year or something, trying to get 1 mil a day of each RSS, trying to get to castle level 24 or something. Like, the production tree is not good. Like, in Lords Mobile, the production tree, the bonuses get really nice and really large. Certainly it does take a long time to get there, but it is definitely viable just to focus on one resource and make a lot of it and make millions of it each day. So production is just not good enough in this game. It can definitely be a lot better. No, Chinese alliance is number 3. No, the Chinese are not here. If they were in your kingdom, if they're mainland Chinese, sorry, there's definitely a lot of Hong Kongers or maybe people using VPNs, but you don't understand just how much Chinese people spend on this game. Like, if you have someone who's 50 million might Chinese and has like 1 million troops dead and constantly zeros people, okay, that's probably a real Chinese person, mainlander, and spends money like water, and then, you know, that's like, those are like the real game ruining, kingdom ruining people. I mean, I find it weird because like Lilith is a Chinese company, so okay, that was close, but Yeah, and Lords Mobile, it's like 3 million gems, but gems are not as expensive. But this game I think it's way more expensive to get T5 than Lords Mobile was to get T4. So I think that's really nice. Um, Definitely, I would not recommend Lords Mobile anymore with this game out there. I think this game is better than Lords Mobile in terms of spending. Lancelot, no, Lancelot should not be used in PvP. Why do people want to use Lancelot? Lancelot is not good. I mean, in this game, it's nice because yes, in this game you don't need to research all troops for T4. You only need to research one troop, and that's Cav. Also, another thing nice about this game is you get 2 free 7-day researches, so your first T4 research is basically free. So, it's really easy to get T4 in this game. Well, I mean, the main problem is the resources to get up to T4. There's also some speed ups you need for building, but it's not that bad. Lords Mobile is just completely different in terms of the amount of time it takes to get T4 without spending. I mean, they are completely different games. I think there's a lot to be learned about. Rise of Civ could learn a lot about from Lords Mobile, and likewise. Well, I mean, Lords Mobile just makes prince money right now, and they're gonna have no competition at all in Lords Mobile. So I don't think it's likely that Lords Mobile is gonna necessarily improve what they're doing, because Lords Mobile has no competition. In China, at least. I think I know the reason. The reason why this game isn't there's not Chinese is because China stopped approval of new games, so I don't think it's likely that we'll see mainland Chinese people come in for a while at least, because China did end up stopping approval of new games. Archer Commander. Okay, the best commander for Archer Commander army is probably Constance, because Constance is a really great gatherer. So what you should do with your archers, you should send them to tiles to gather. You should gather food, and you should gather stone, and use this food and stone to make cavalry. And that's what you should do with archers. Archers are great for gathering resources to make the good unit cavalry. Lilith is Chinese, but the problem is so basically China's gaming regulator is undergo a fight, and the ultra conservatives have won. And what this means is China is clamping hard down on new games, and basically has frozen approval for new games. Essentially, it's going to be very hard for new games to get approval at all. So I don't know. I think maybe the problem is Lilith hasn't gotten approval to release this game in China, and probably will not get approval to release this game in China. So I mean, archers are fine. Okay, fine, sure. If you're using a mixed composition, you can fill archers in. There's no problem with that. I'm gonna say full archers. People are asking about full archers. Full archers. Oh yeah, meat shields for city. Yeah, meat shields for cities, meat shields for rallies. I mean, some people are afraid to lose troops in rallies. I think it's great. Put a bunch of siege, bunch of archers in your rallies. I don't care if I lose siege archers or infantry. Okay, I was so close. I was literally 2 seconds away. Again, I was 2 seconds away. It's terrible how close I am, because if I was much farther away from winning this fight, I would not do this. Julius Caesar talent tree. I mean, okay, wait. Give me one more. I need to gather. I can't tell what's going on with this tile. Okay. Wait, whoops. Should not be using Scipio on that. Yeah, that expedition. No, but you saw, I was 2 seconds away from finishing that expedition. 2 seconds from finishing that expedition. I was so close to beating the expedition. And like beating the expedition would give me expedition coins every day. So it's a big deal if I beat the expedition. Because I don't want to like use another expand. I mean, it's like after I fight a war, I don't want to like go into expeditions, you know what I mean? Maybe if I'm like in the middle of a war and burning down an enemy center fortress, I might do expeditions because I just hate waiting and watching the center fortress, but oh. I mean, so the commander. Oh, the reason why I scout him is because I want War Frenzy. For a little extra attack. Just trying everything I can to squeeze a little more out of my troops. I mean, I could squeeze more by leveling up my Caesar. I could squeeze more by spending $50 in Hannibal. But I don't want to do that. If I'm at level 69 and I beat it, I will definitely spend that $50 to beat level 70 if I can. But I'm not. I'm not there. So I'm not spending that money. I might end up actually buying that $50 pack for Hannibal in the future, but not right now. I have to 3-star the level 70 expedition, or this one. I don't know if I can 3-star this one. This is I wanted to see how it is. If I had more meat shields, I think I could 3-star this, but I think the main thing I need to focus on is figuring out how to kite this Yisei Gong. Alright. And I can't pull this third guy too early. Okay, so far it's fine. No, the third guy keeps on pulling. I don't know why. It's because this guy keeps on walking to the left, which is really bad. Whatever. Wait, is my Caesar taking damage? Wait, why am I taking with Lohar? Okay, whatever. I tank with Lohar. I guess that's fine. Can you buy some packs? I don't know. I'm kind of overspending large amounts. I do spend $11 a day. I buy the $5 Living Legend for the 2 gold trophies, so some gems and RSS and VIP points, and I buy each of the 3 daily packs for the Cao Cao statues. I also buy some of the weekly packs. I buy the monthly gems, and I buy the weekly speeds, weekly wood, food, and stone. I don't buy weekly gold. I have enough gold. Yeah. No, yeah. Silent Wrath. Yeah. The only reason why I'm doing this right now is because of you told me that the commanders don't have their skills maxed. So I really want to get this in in case they fix it. Okay, no. I really don't want to drag that the other. Okay, I'll just move the Caesar outside. I really don't want to get that in. You say going into. Okay, here's the plan. While they're fighting that, I'm gonna have this Caesar take a detour around. Great. Okay, I hope my Minamoto did not take too much damage though. I think my Minamoto might have took too much damage, and I won't be able to finish this fight. 150k troops. Okay. I'm Kingdom 53. Oh, the reason why I don't attack them directly is because I'll take too much damage. I know I will. My problem isn't speed, my problem is I take too much damage. Because the more damage I take, the less damage I do. T5, I mean, it's a war game. Like, if you think T5 is OP, like, you've gotten yourself into this war game. Like, I'm just happy that I don't have to have T5 in order to be strong. Like, I think eventually, if my ideas catch on and people start using full cav, it's gonna be harder and harder to be effective at this war game. Because if everyone's running full cav, spending a lot will be mandatory. But right now I can get a large advantage just because I pretty s- I developed I've really thought through full cav and okay. Can I okay, I'm so close to killing this guy. So close to killing him. 9 seconds. Come on. I think I can beat it. Okay, do I have 60% troops? Yes! Lose less than 60% troops. 3 stars. Alright, how's the next one? 10k drop? That sounds about right. 10k drop. Okay. Okay, how hard is this? How hard is this? Oh, T5. T5. Okay. T5. Wait, was the last one T5? How hard was the last one? Okay, last one was T5. Alright, that explains it. Alright, how am I on here? Wait, I'm only 63? What? Come on. How are you guys 66? Alright, I guess I have to try it. Why? How are those guys 66? I mean, okay, they are twice my might, but come on. Okay, let's see. Oh, I hit preview. Oh, come on. How am I supposed to beat that? All right. So I think the plan is I use this guy. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. The plan will be to kind of what's this target point error thing? All right. The plan is I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna do this slow. Alright. Oh, here, come on. Just two. Two is good enough. Two is good enough. Great. Oh, I forgot what the objectives was. Whatever, I'll check out next. How much do I have on my warfare? Let's see. 3 minutes. Alright, good enough. Yeah, these are all T5. They look like infantry to me also, so. But I mean, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, sure, all my units are cavalry, but it's not that big of a deal. It's only a 15% difference. The T5 is a bigger problem. Okay, I have a bunch of videos on commanders, and I highly recommend you watch my other videos on commanders. I explain things in a lot more detail there, and I just highly recommend you watch them. There's a lot of things I do differently from other players, and I try to really go into my reasoning for why I do things the way I do. So I hope you guys. So if you have a lot of questions about commanders, I think you should watch those videos. Well, okay. So someone's saying that 35 Mina Tal versus 35 Martel and Richard. Okay. First of all, I don't have Richard. My kingdom doesn't have Richard. But second of all, levels are not that important. What's important is skills. Levels are important, but anyone can get levels. But skills are the thing that's gonna separate the strong commanders from the weak commanders, especially with the nuke. The nuke is a big portion of. Okay, wait. I aggroed 3 people. No, that's not good. I do not want to aggro 3 people. Okay. Who am I fighting? Who's Caesar on? Caesar should be on Salso. Okay. Minamoto should be on Saul, I think, I guess. Lohar, I guess, can just run away. No, wait, Lohar is the Hannibal, so... Oh wait, Lohar has the Hannibal, Caesar should be getting out of here. Lohar is the Hannibal. Alright, okay, this is just, I think, way too hard for me. What is Caesar doing? Okay, yeah, I think this is way too hard for me. I don't know if I can beat this. If I can separate them out more... I quit Lord's Mobile when I was 520 million might. And I think Lord's Mobile, it's reasonable to say that maybe like 520 million might would be like 50 million might in this game. Maybe I think it's kind of reasonable to say that. But I was really strong in Lord's Mobile. I did win a WoW as a rally leader in an open kingdom. But ultimately, I kind of got bored of the game and didn't want to spend to keep up. Alright. Okay, so I don't know. Let's see. How can I beat this? How can I beat this? I don't know if I can beat this. I don't know if I can beat. I'm pretty sure I can't beat this. But you know, might as well try. Because the other guys got to 66. How in the world did they get to 66? It's not like they're that much stronger than. Okay, they are much stronger than me, but. Okay, I pulled too much. Uh, this game, I mean, all war games have a lot of pay to win. I mean, yeah, that's the nature of war games. I mean, I wish there was some free-to-play war game. This is like closest to free-to-play. I think you can be very strong in this game with $30. Um, but that's the nature of war games. War games are all going to be very, very pay to win. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot that can go on in a fight. More importantly, the difference between cavalry and infantry is cavalry can run away, infantry can't. So, I mean, I think it's great if you beat someone who is similar to your level or maybe slightly better than you. But if you're facing someone who's like twice your might, their cavalry is just going to run over your infantry, and you can't run away. There is smart play you can do. You can definitely hide in flags. I've been working on with just theorizing about some kind of what kind of composition was it? It was a damage reduction composition, but the main problem is in order to really stack damage reduction, you need Richards and Hannibals, which are not cheap. But the idea was you just use a lot of damage reduction, and then use the infantry unique skill for additional damage reduction. No, I need to say my fourth march. My fourth march is Constance. Constance is literally going to do anything. It's just a bunch of T1. It's a bunch of T1 and T2. The fourth march is not going to do anything. I focus on. Okay, no, okay. I got those guys too soon. I focus on cavalry. Cavalry is good because move speed is good in this game. Moves because so in other games you don't really hear too much about move speed because in other games there's things called troop speed ups which you just use and makes your troops go faster. So you buy those with gems or something. In this game, move speed is important because there's no such thing as troop speed ups. So like whether or not you can run away depends on whether or not you have faster move speed than them. Or I mean whether or not you can attack them depends on whether or not you have faster move speed than them. So everything in the end comes down to move speed. Wait, does this guy even have any troops? Okay, yeah, he has troops. Lohar should be running away by now. I said Lohar should be running away. Okay, Lohar just needs to run away by now. Wait, I ran away Minamoto? That's not good. Alright, so I don't think I can beat this. I'm not anywhere close. I have a... Yeah, I mean, if the guy's willing to 1v1 your troops, you're gonna beat him. I concede that infantry is gonna beat full cav. I concede that certain damage reduction builds involving full inf will just beat full cav one-on-one. However, the game isn't a one-on-one game. I mean, certainly there are instances where you can do one-on-ones, but also, okay, so I actually am kind of close to beating this. So I just need to approach the Cao Caos better, really. I think I can beat this if I approach the Cao Caos better. But yes, ultimately, the way I would approach it is, I would run away. I mean, I would run away, I'd heal. If they keep on chasing me, I would just either get to a location where I can beat them, fight them one-on-one, or I would just, I mean, I don't know. Is it really that hard to run away? I mean, I've seen, there's a lot of different fights. Like you run away and you can drag them over to where you're stronger and get more troops and more support with like Jones and stuff. Okay, I really don't like how there's like that bush is blocking me. That's the problem. Okay, chat got too much people again. Yeah, but I mean, but the fact that full cab is too good in this game is a big problem. I also don't know if I should be baiting with Minamoto, but I mean, okay, no, I did not do that correctly. So how did I bait the first time? I baited the first time by using my Caesar. I'll try it again. Use Caesar. Okay, I don't know why Caesar was better at baiting, but I haven't really tested where the rage goes when people recover a rage. I'm pretty sure it goes to Sasa though. I mean, it doesn't really matter to me. It's probably gonna go to Sasa. Yeah, I think this game would be a lot better if the differences to counters was a lot more. Like, if this had the Lord's Mobile 300% or 200% to counter, I think this would be a lot better game. Okay, I pulled two Saltos. That's not a good thing. Did I fight two Saltos last time at the same time? I forgot. I did fight two Saltos last time at the same time. So, okay, so I just need to beat this guy, this group, and I should be good. So Lohar plus my debuffer is fine. Okay, no, this isn't two Salsos. This is a Caesar and Sun Tzu. So I have a Caesar and Sun Tzu there. So I think I'm fine. This is about as good as I can get it to go. Yeah, this is gonna be a really good setup, really good start. The main concern is I did waste a lot of time running away. Is Constance getting hit or anything? Or is it... I wonder if... Constance is not getting hit. Okay. Let's just move Constance back. But the reason why I'm not... Constance is essentially just there to hold troops. Constance's only purpose is to hold troops and not have those troops die. Alright. So which one's Cao? Okay, this one's the Cao Cao one. So I'll need the Lohar to target the Cao Cao one. Caesar will go in and tank. Okay, Caesar will go and tank. Okay, Caesar is gonna go and tank. Okay, I probably spent too much time setting this up. So this guy's gonna have to hit Cao Cao. This guy's gonna go for Sun Tzu first. Caesar is gonna go tank. Okay, this guy, Lohar's job is to put 10% damage reduction on Caesar, to try to make it so Caesar survives, on Cao Cao to try to make sure Caesar survives more. Minamoto is going to target down the Sun Tzu because in the hopes that the Sun Tzu is a little bit of a softer target, so I can take down one target faster. I really don't think I can improve much on this, aside, so if I'm nowhere close, I'm just gonna stop. Two swords on top during the fight. You can check the enemy commanders during the fight. Press the two swords on top of the commander list. Oh. Wait, what did that do? Wait, how do I get out of this? Okay, great. How do I get out of this? Does this pause the timer? No, this is not pause the timer. Alright, whatever. I mean, there's no way I can beat this within the timer, so I wonder what happens if I do this. Okay. I mean, okay, so let's go back. Okay, so I can't beat this. I can't beat this. Okay, the other guys who beat this are... Let's see where the other guys who beat this are. This guy's 16 mil, the other guy is stronger than me, 9.5 mil, Academy 24. Alright, so, okay. Yeah. Okay, so the problem with prolonging fights is the faster you deal damage, the more wounded you do. So like this one, I dealt damage really fast. I did a lot of deads and woundeds. So this wounded a lot of troops and killed a lot of troops. That was really good. For slow fights, it'll be mostly slightly wounded. You're fighting a war, you need to knock the enemy out of the war. And if you're giving them all slightly wounded, you're not knocking out the enemies out of the war. On top of it, it's back. Alright. Yeah, I just need more troops. I mean, although I've lost a lot of troops, let's see. Let me just see how much troops I've lost. So I have 400k troops. I've lost 369k. What about the other people? Yeah, he's lost 475k. I guess he just has more T4 than me, and this guy, he hasn't lost very much, but he's just a lot higher might than me. Yeah, I just need more troops. Alright. Let's see. I finished 5 expeditions. I guess that was kind of nice. Probably worth the 1,500 gems I spent. I mean, whatever. I was kind of hoping I could get 70, but I mean, I guess that's unrealistic. But yeah, I'll just do some Odell's while I have my expand on. Normally I would use Minamoto is my stronger commander by far, but Salsa has the 10 save 10 AP, so I want to save some AP right now while I can. Oh, I mean, I can't afford 2 nuking teams. I can barely even afford 1 nuking team. Yeah. But yeah. I mean, right now I don't think there's much in the. I don't know if there's much in the way of war. I hope there's a war. To really discuss with people, like, it's a weird, delicate political situation. I don't know. Maybe I'll join a war if it pops up, but there's not gonna be a war today. Alright. But yeah, I don't even know if I'm gonna show the stream. I mean, just probably a very long stream where not much happens. But thanks you guys for watching. Thanks for keeping me company while I grind out the expeditions. For those of you who watched, I hope you learned something. Take care.